The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Luke.
Glory to you, Lord.
The crowds asked John the Baptist, "What should we do?" He said to them in reply, "Whoever has 2 cloaks should share with the person who has none, and whoever has food should do likewise." Even tax collectors came to be baptized, and they said to him, "Teacher, what should we do?" He answered them, "Stop collecting more than what is prescribed." Soldiers also asked him, "And what is it that we should do?" He told them, "Do not practice extortion. Do not falsely accuse anyone, and be satisfied with your wages." Now the people were filled with expectation, and all were asking in their hearts whether John might be the Christ. John answered them all, saying, "I am baptizing you with water, but one mightier than I is coming. I am not worthy to loosen the thongs of his sandals. He will baptize you with the Holy Spirit and fire. His winnowing fan is in his hand to clear his threshing floor, and to gather the wheat into his barn, but the chaff he will burn with unquenchable fire." Exhorting them in many other ways, he preached good news to the people. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Doing a search. It's a human thing to do from the very beginning until our contemporary times. Last year, 46.8% of the world's population did a daily search online. This is not just doing things online. This is explicitly going out of your way to search for something. And so I was curious, what are the most popular search subjects since half the world's population is doing this? Maybe I thought the best of people, and maybe I'm just a little bit naive with certain things, but in my surprise, I did have to confirm it with multiple news sources. What is the most popular search subject for human beings online, in the privacy of their own homes, and maybe at work, so on and so forth? The most popular subject is perverted stuff, and it's not even close. The perverted stuff is number 1. Second is informational things. Then it's about celebrities and entertainment. There has been a human progression, or I suggest for our consideration, a regression. We haven't stopped searching for things, but there's been a progression in the type of technology that is available for our search. Even those of you who are dedicated fishermen, it's like there's a lot of cheats going on right now, right? You can have your technology to find the fish in some locations. Anyways, with the technology, there's been progression. But maybe a type of regression in the search subjects that human beings are going for. And so I just ask you to consider this, and then you have to make a decision and actually take a stand with it. The preaching the gospel is not just about preaching Jesus. It's taking a stand on right and wrong in general. Has the person evolved, or has the person devolved with some of our behaviors? And if we have devolved, call it out. Our ancestors, their type of search was good enough to give you life. Their types of searches had to do with survival. And it wasn't just for themselves. Our ancestors did not have an individualistic mentality. That's no way to survive. Food, shelter. And there's something else our ancestors had for survival, having to do with their faith. They would have priests, depending on what background, what part of the world we're talking about. Priests maybe the natives, the medicine men. They're prophets, like we heard in the Gospel, John the Baptist. And even though you think you know a lot, and you're a strong person, just like those soldiers who asked John the Baptist, what should we do? They would go to their religious officials. Our ancestors did not entrust themselves to find their own meaning in life. They asked the religious experts. Us finding our own meaning is modern. It doesn't have its roots in history. Anyways, that search for survival. Then, I would suggest there's a human search for lifestyle. And part of it is the American dream. It's what brought a lot of our ancestors here. The American dream, a lot of great things about it. Anyways, I think our lifestyle search is reflected in our homes. Once we broke out of having to survive together as an immigrant group, and then we can do things a little more individualistically, or just for our families. Look at what the search has been. You can see it in your homes. You can see it in the bank accounts. You can see it in schedules. And also, I would suggest what we're searching for in life in regard to what we do can also be seen in what we don't do together anymore. It's a reflection as far as some things we stopped searching for together as a community. Anyways, the search these days is every man, woman, family for themselves. That's why it's reflected in that technology. I'm constantly searching for myself. It's gotten that narrow. Now in human history, back to that online stuff, there's a digital record for our searches. A record of our internet behavior can be tracked and cataloged. You see this sometimes in crime shows. It even happened, unfortunately, with the Archdiocese of Houston-Galveston, when the Texas Rangers, out of all people, had to break in, so to speak, into diocesan headquarters and take the Cardinals' computers, seeing what's going on. Our search record can be tracked. And so I ask myself, and for your consideration, what is on your search list? There's a song playing this time of year. If you like to crank up the the Christmas music, if you like to crank it up sometimes, I don't like to crank it up. I keep it a little moderate if it's on at all. But anyways, it's playing I'll Be Home for Christmas. We are getting ready. For some of us, that is a really good feeling. That's why I'm wearing this rose. It's Rejoicing Sunday, Gaudete Sunday. We're close to Christmas, and that's great. But before the word or the name Christ, that name, which even non-believers will acknowledge, they will acknowledge it in their schedule and in their calendar, especially if they get the day off, or if they have to work, they'll get time and a half. So Christmas is good, essentially, for everybody. But before that name or that word was a holiday that stopped us in our tracks, that word, that name, was a search in itself. Christ was a search. And you can go back to the Gospels to see how that played out. Everybody is close to Christmas. You don't have to seek it out. It's going to hit you and me no matter what. But before it was a holiday, remember, Christ was the object of a human search. There's an entire prayer in the Gospel of Luke. And we heard from the Gospel of Luke today. An entire prayer. We priests are supposed to pray it every night before bed. We priests, grown men, do have our bedtime prayers too. And literally, I pray it on my bed before I go to sleep. And it was from an old man named Simeon, whose only purpose in life, as he saw it at that point, was to wait for the Christ. And he got to see the Christ in the temple when Mary brought the baby. Here is his prayer. And to me, it's the first composition of a prayer or hymn celebrating Christ is found in my life as a human being. Here's the prayer. Lord, now let your servant go in peace. Your word has been fulfilled. My own eyes have seen the salvation which you have prepared in the sights of every people, a light to reveal you to the nations and the glory of your people, Israel. That's the fourth joyful mystery of the Rosary. A man's search for the Christ was rewarded. That's where religion goes when it goes into the heart. And that's a reflection of what Christmas rejoicing is. I have seen your salvation. Now I can go in peace. So that's one search for the Christ. The other search for the Christ we heard today in the Gospel. And it was people also asking with their hearts. Sometimes you got to turn the mind off, especially with religion. Turn the mind off, turn the heart on, especially at church, however that works for you at this stage in your life. Usually it's just Jesus in the Gospel who can read human hearts. But for some reason, John had that capability at this point, and he read the human heart. They were filled with expectation for the Christ. They were searching for the Christ. And John the Baptist said, "He is coming." And what will the Christ do? This is what the Christ does. He gathers wheat into the barn, but the chaff he will burn. The two go together. He doesn't just gather, he burns. Do you know what chaff is? Well, you know better than me. Anything having to do with farming. Chaff? It's refuse from corn, useless trash. What is John the Baptist's job as people are getting ready for the Christ? You heard it in this part of the Gospel. He told people, share what you have. Stop collecting what is not prescribed. Don't steal. Don't lie. Be satisfied with your wages. Some of us know the hunger of wanting more money. And you know what it does to you sometimes. You know what it does. It drives you away from your family. If it drives you away from your household family, does it not drive you away from other families too? There's a wisdom in sometimes being satisfied in our wages. And implied in what John the Baptist is saying to people who are getting ready for the Christ is get rid of the stuff within you that the one you're searching for, the Christ, don't want. He wants your wheat. Christ doesn't want trash in his house any more than you would like a pile of trash left in your house. He wants it gone. And he wants it gone with his people. And John the Baptist's warning is, get rid of that stuff within that's trash that you don't want. Because if you don't get rid of it, they'll burn. Christ doesn't store trash. So that's a part of the message when people get ready for the Christ. Putting the Christ back into Christmas. It takes a human effort to say that, to witness to Christ. Everybody here is aboard with that. You strongly witness this is about Jesus, this is about Christ. But we are also to put in human effort and will, saying his name, and putting something into the search for Christ. With our hearts and our households and communities. Just to finish up with this. Some of us, back to that online stuff, have all kind of tabs opened up on our searches. If anybody left their home after searching things online, you have all your tabs on there. X your tabs out sometimes. Start over. You're going to do it anyway. You always start a new search the next day anyway. And don't repeat the same patterns of searches. Especially anything that perverts not just the eyes, but the mind and the soul. Time comes, we get ready for the Christ. It's a simple path to the Christ. Look in the Gospel. It's about dropping what we're doing. Shepherds would drop what they were doing, which was good stuff, working. People talking to John the Baptist would have to stop what they're doing, the bad stuff. Just take the straight and narrow path to the Christ. Advent is our recollection as Catholics. It's a straight and narrow path. It's not complicated. And let your willing search for Christ be the search that takes you to the Christ. Remember, we search. We're not people who just wait around